Hanging people, it's your boy MillzySawUs, your number one fella for lazy gaming and simulated FIFA. I am so sorry to keep you guys waiting for this FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode Season 7 episode December Part 2. So in the previous episode, guys, I literally spoke about everything for the whole of those 50 minutes, and I really do apologise if you guys were so bored. But that is what my FIFA content is all about, especially when it's PSG Career Mode. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? Boring? Yeah, you know what? It is boring. A lot of it is boring for most people. They would rather see me play. They'd rather see me get on with it. But I'm not your average YouTuber. I'm a very unique average YouTuber, as I like to think it. And what I do with my content is my own business. It's got nothing to do with anyone else, because I'm not getting paid for this. I'm doing this for my own personal enjoyment. I'm doing this because I love doing it, you know? It's a great way to blow off some steam, meet some new people, and hey, if I get some likes, some subscriptions along the way, I ain't gonna complain. Of course, I have said this once, and I'll say it a million more times. If the opportunity arrives where I say to myself, you know what, why don't we make this our career? I will change my strategy, as well as my editing with my videos. But until that time, we're going to do things my way. So you can either deal with it, or you don't have to watch these videos. I ain't going to force you to stay here. So, now that that rant is out of the way, let's get started. The successful negotiations that occurred during the last summer transfer window. I'm going to go in overall order from bottom to top. Ben Yedder, one of our second team bench players, was a phenomenal striker back in the day when he was a little bit younger in the Liga. We snatched him quite a few seasons ago because of his goal scoring abilities. But being at PSG, he wasn't phenomenal. He wasn't as phenomenal as he was at Olympique Lyonnais, or his club before, I think it was Marseille. I can't really remember. Please check back on my YouTube channel, MillzySawUs. Look at previous content if you guys can figure out down the line how well he played. I haven't got all my journey on public right now. I'm still in the process of editing. It's taken extremely a long time, not to mention how lazy I am. And most of the time I can't be bothered to do it. But I'm doing a few episodes here and there. When I've finished a season, I will public those videos for your own enjoyment. Ryan Gould went to Celta Vigo for $41,500,000. Ben Yedder went to Arsenal for 34. Gould just had no room. There was just no room for him to play, unfortunately. But I'm not going to lie, he is a very good player. He would have just sat on the sidelines and got the occasional game or two. So it's just unfair for him, and a great way for me to make a little bit of money. So best of luck to him. And then for free, we had the likes of Max Cruz join us. We signed him last season in January and plan to sell him this January. So he's only been in the club for a few months, but it will be a nice snatch and a decent money maker. Julian Bagoo, we signed on free agents. We were supposed to get him at the beginning of the season, but he was a glitched player, so we had to terminate his contract. But then I rebought him from the free agents, so technically, you know, still never had to pay anything, except for his wages. Januzaj departed the club to Athletic Bilbao for a loan spell. Hope he's doing really well. I've got the hiccups. Then he turned down 2 other clubs, but he accepted Villarreal CF's offer. $65 million we sold him for. They offered him $180,000 a week for the next 4 years. I think Angel Correa loved playing there because last season he was a loanee there at that club. He'd done really well. He's a phenomenal rising star. You know, he deserves some first team game time, and he's not going to get at PSG. I've got so many other players who are much better than him. He's better off at Villarreal CF. And honestly, I wish him the best of luck. Lukaku joined us from Everton for free last summer. He's been a very positive buy. But unfortunately, I got to take that phone call. So give me a second, guys. I do apologise. date night with your family. I couldn't deny it. I was like, yes, spot on. I don't have to cook, go to mum's house, have the company of the boys and the family, and then just fuck off afterwards. No, I offered to bring a couple of beers now. She was like, just bring a couple because I don't like brownie that much. So. But it'd be nice, it'd be nice. Yes. I did the clothes first thing, and I did the dishes first thing, and I got some. Yeah, got much better. Okay. See you again. Wait a minute. You mean see you when I pick you up? You force me to pick you up. So you don't want me to pick you up? Oh. Oh, baby. I wish to give you a bit bigger kiss then. Well, I really love you, and I'll see you later. Bye. Oh yeah! Sweet. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry to keep you waiting. Jesper, how's it going? I was just on the phone to my girlfriend, and I just realised that she's not going to be home until late tonight. So party! Joke. I really do hope she doesn't see this video, otherwise she'll kill me. But what was I saying? Lukaku. Yeah, I'm really happy to have signed him on board for free. I have no intention to sell him. He could be a future star at PSG. Hopefully he gets a loan spell, though. One of my second team defenders, Jose Gaia, we sold to Real Sociedad. He was a phenomenal defender. We sold him for $80 million, so that was a huge profit made right there. Raheem Sterling's on a loan spell at SM Kine. I'm not sure about his plans right now. I'm not too sure. I have no intention at the moment to sell him in season 8. However, it could be yet another loan spell. I don't know, what you have to see. Philip Anderson, I was quite happy to get rid of him, just like Neymar. There was no room for him in the squad. I would have liked to have given him a better chance, considering that I've seen him play, not in real life, but on other people's YouTube channels. You know, he seems like a really phenomenal player to use in career mode. But at least I sold him for a good, reasonable fee of $75 million to Manchester City. Mustafi came to us from Valencia CF. We got him for $60 million. He was a replacement for Gaia for the second team. And I think he's a much better replacement, I must say. Then we got Varane. We didn't get him, we sold him. We sold Varane, 88 overall, one of our best defenders, I must say. We sold him for a huge fee of $95 million to Liverpool. And I hope to the powers that be that he has a good spell at Liverpool, a good career. So we needed a replacement for him. And who better to replace him than Niklas Sule, my first signing in my PSG career. And I was so glad to bring him back for free. Now, I say for free, but it wasn't really. It was a straight swap to Valencia CF with Neymar. You know, I just couldn't take his wages anymore. So I sold him. I just swapped him for Niklas Sule. Straight swap to save me a bit of money and get Neymar off my shoulders. Then we've got Toni Kroos, our biggest signing in the summer with $100 million. Not the biggest signing ever, but he's a world-class centre midfielder. And you know me, I love my world-class players. And to create a huge dream team at Paris Saint-Germain. So it's good, a good signing from Toni Kroos. And then finally, for free, one of the best pre-contracts I've ever signed. Eden Hazard from Chelsea. Unfortunately, can't get enough game time. There's not enough room for him in the squad. So I am hoping we loan him out in this winter spell. And if not, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure I can slot him somewhere. Now, everything has been discussed. We're 10 minutes in. The Card Chuckle Xbox has joined us, so it's now time to go through my plans for this winter transfer window. So we're going into the sell player section, and I'm going to show you, based on overall, my top overall players. Going down the list, Eden Hazard, you guys know already, I'm going to try and loan out for a short spell. Carl Chucker was watching a documentary about this refugee footballer, sorry. Oh, thought that was my bad. Fabregas. So we came to the conclusion that Fabregas is a wink link to the squad. He's a phenomenal midfielder. We've got him for free. We can make some serious money off him. But I plan to transfer list him for this window. There's not enough room for him in the squad. He's 34 years old. I might as well get rid of him now while he's still got a high value of, $27 million. We could try and get him for about 30 million. I'm hoping 30 million. And I feel like we'll make a profit then. Yeah, I said before, Lukaku, I want to try and get out on a short-term loan. He's not getting enough game time. I really want him to be happy at this club. I want him in the future of PSG when the likes of MillzySawUs retires and Griezmann gets bumped up to first team and Lukaku can join in the second team. Oh, man. That sucks, don't it, Karchakul? Oh, what a touching story. That sounds like a really good documentary. And then we've got Chris Smalling. An obvious choice for the to join the transfer list. 84 overall. He is definitely one of... he's a phenomenal defender, do not get me wrong. But we're in Season 7 now. We really need to start considering some of these old players. Being in my second team, you have to have a good overall. You've got to be a bit younger to give yourself that hope to kind of grow better as a player. And at 32, I don't feel the spark from Smalling anymore. I was being biased towards him because he's a Manchester United player. He done well, don't get me wrong. He done really, really well, but I think it's time to let him go. And then we've got Max Cruz. He was always brought to the club for the purpose of selling him on to make a profit. He's had a couple of games. He proved me wrong more than once. But it's just, he's got to go. He just has to go. He's one of the lowest value players in my team. And I'm hope that he moves on to another club and gets played often, But yeah, there's really not much more to say about that. Same like Lukaku, I want Bagu to go out on a short-term loan. I want him to go and get himself some first-team game time, come back in a new season, hopefully ready for the second team as a starting striker. And that is it, guys. That is it for who I plan to transfer list and who I plan to loan out. Now it's time to discuss who I'm going to bring in. This is my shortlist. I have this shortlist simply because all, or if not most, of these players have expiring contracts. Now, let's go through the ones that don't. Now, let me take you to this man right here who's been a pain in my backside since the beginning of this career mode, Lionel Messi. I'm not going to attempt to even bother trying to sign him. It's close to impossible. 34 years old. He wants to retire at Barcelona, and the only reason why I keep him on my shortlist is just in case I do see that transfer approach made for Lionel Messi. And if he flipping leaves Barcelona to go to another club, I'm going to pull FIFA 16 out of my PS4 and snap it in half. I really am. Because that will fuck me right off. Who else? Let me just go through the list again. I know you're seeing some big names, but we will get to them, I promise. We're not going to talk about every single one of them here. I just want to talk about the key characters. Now, Laporte. He's not got an expiring contract, but he was someone who I wasn't able to get in the summer transfer window as Gaya's replacement. But then there was Mustafi. Now, I'm going to give Stoke City an offer they can't refuse and try and bring Laporte on board to be Chris Smalling's replacement. Hopefully, I can convince him to stay in the second team. If not, it won't be the end of the world. We always have the John Stones scenario. He doesn't want to be a squad rotation player. He wants to be a crucial first team player. He's a top player at Chelsea. So I accept his challenge. I'm going to try and convince him in this winter transfer to convince him to be a squad rotation player for my second team. And if I don't, at least we've had fun trying. Then there was Mario Musacchio, who we did manage to sign, but in the end I accepted Mustafi instead of him. We could go for him again as Chris Smalling's replacement. He does seem like a very decent player. And then you got all these players who have expiring contracts. There was Luke Shaw, who was another player I could have brought in for the instead of Gaia. But Luke Shaw is the last resort out of all those defenders. I love Luke Shaw. He's phenomenal. He's got high potential. And not to mention, he's from Manchester United. You know, fantastic. And then we've got all these players. Now, my number one target for this transfer window, who I'm thinking of signing simply because he's 90 overall, 33 years old, and one of the world's greatest centre defensive midfielders. Where he's going to fit in the team, I do not know, but I suppose I could play him as a centre midfielder. He doesn't have the speciality or the traits of being an all-rounded midfielder, so that concerns me. Do I need to change the formation? No, because we're doing all right. We're doing really well. But I can't help it. When I see a world-class footballer who has that status as one of the world's best, I have to have him in my team. It's just a habit. I've got to make that approach. With a decent value, low wage, you know, for PSG anyway, and only okay form. You know, he's content. I think we can take him from Barcelona. I really do. So he's my number one target who I may sign for January. Give us your thoughts on that, people. Give us your thoughts. Then we've got loads more players. I'm thinking of bringing Pastore back. You know, he's got an expiring contract. He's definitely one of the, you know, top names to try and bring back to the club. You know, it might not happen. I mean, there's only a certain amount of players that I'm going to be able to sign. I'm not going to sign every single one of these players. It's as simple as that. I don't have enough room. And I don't want to make this career mode too crazy. But I am going to sign loads of them. This is a big one. A real big one who I'm definitely going to try and sign. 7 months remaining on his contract. Manchester City are going to lose him. It's as simple as that. 87 overall, 29 years old. I want Mario Götze. But I've got James Rodriguez and I've got De Bruyne. But I understand Götze is a flexible player. He can go in several places on the pitch. So we'll just have to wait. Then there was Mesut Ozil. He hasn't got an expiring contract, but he's 88 overall. He has that special something. He was going to be my second choice out of the players who haven't got expiring contracts. After Busquets, Ozil was going to be my next one that I was going to try to sign. I'm not overly keen on signing him. I wouldn't be bummed out if I didn't grab him because he's not one of the world's best. So, I don't know. Maybe a curiosity buy. Maybe just to see what it would take to bring him on board for fun. Yeah, we've got more players who have expiring. Isco, like Ozil, Except Isco has an expiring contract. I'm definitely going to try and sign. I'm going to make a shit ton of money in Season 8. A shit ton of money. I'm going to be spending a lot this season and earning a shit ton next season, because there's going to be a lot of players coming in and a lot of players going out. There's a lot of these players I signed, guys. I want to make perfectly clear they're not going to play a single game at PSG. They're only going to come because I can get them for free and I can sell them to make a profit. Honestly, that's just the way my FIFA works. You know, there's a lot of players who I plan to sign. You know, Sergio Aguero, another big signing I'm hoping to gain for Season 8. You know, maybe have him for the second team. I don't know. We'll just have to see. See, there's more. But look at this one. 89 overall, 33 years old. Robert Lewandowski. And I love what Cardchuckle just said. You are evil. You damn right I am. I'm ruthless. I am a disgusting manager. I am going to get a lot of these players high hopes. They're going to be saying to themselves, oh my God, PSG are going to snatch me from my club during this window. I'm going to play for them next season. I'm so looking forward to it. And then next thing you know, they're not getting a game. Okay, and they're going to think, this isn't as well as I thought it was going to be. And then they're not going to get more games. They're not going to get more games. And they're going to end up becoming furious and asking me for game time. And then the next thing you know, we're going to be in the January transfer window and I'm going to sell them on. That's just the way it works. So we've got Anthony Martial, Diego Falcinelli and Sean McDonald. Players that Cardchuckle and Jesper are recommending. We've got Ben Teke, another player who we can sign. You know, Sanabria, Welbeck, Sturridge I could bring on board for free. You know, so many top world-class players I can grab for free in this window, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to it, guys. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen for Season 8. It's going to be absolutely mental, but it's going to be very exciting at the same time. And that about covers everything, guys. But before I end the episode, I'm going to have a look at these players that you guys are mentioning. Where's Martial? Where's Falcinelli? Where's Sean McDonald? And why do you want me to sign them? I need to know why. What would be the point? I mean, Martial is obvious. He plays for Manchester United. He's a fantastic, high potential striker. He's French, you know, and he's one of my favourite players at Man United. Absolutely phenomenal and could be a future star at PSG. Could be a nice grab. Could be a really nice grab. I'm doing Grimsby for FIFA 17. I'll try to stream if I can. Well, best of luck to you, Cardchuckle. FIFA 17, I'm so excited. I can't wait to play it. I think the first thing I'm going to stream is the story mode. I'm going to do a Let's Play and just experience that with you guys for the first time. I'm pretty sure you guys are not going to be watching my streams. You're going to be too busy playing FIFA 17. But to those who haven't bought it yet and are desperate to see it, they can watch my stream whenever they like. I will be streaming a lot of new stuff. So Anthony Martial, he's content at the moment with okay form. Let's inquire, which will automatically add him to the shortlist, and we'll do the same for the other two players. At least we can get a brief idea of what their clubs would want for them, you know? It doesn't hurt doing curiosity buys. All right, second guy, Diego Falcinelli, 30-year-old striker from FC Schalke 04. 88 overall, so already I'm interested. He looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm definitely going to inquire about him. He could be a beast at PSG. But there's going to be a lot of strikers fighting for that #1 spot. It's going to be a bloodbath, I'm telling you that now. And McDonald. Sean McDonald. It's whether you, Millsy, you donut. A centre fielder, Sean McDonald. We already have him on my shortlist. I remember his face. 84 overall, 33 years old. His contract expires in 7 months, so we will attempt to sign him, don't you worry. Now, I think I'm going to end it there. And, I can never pronounce his name. Mkhitaryan. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I need to find this out. For Borussia Dortmund. I wonder where he is now. Henrik Mkhitaryan. Right midfielder, 32 years old. He's still at Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, I'm not really interested in bringing him along. He doesn't look good enough to me. You know, not good enough at all. I've already got a decent right midfielder in Costa. But guys, I am going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. I'm your boy MillzySawUs, your number one fellow for lazy gaming and simulated FIFA. This has been my FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode Season 7 Episode December Part 2. Next time you see me, guys, we're going to be in the January transfer window. We've got a lot of exciting stuff. So I am going to be streaming through the entire month, so you guys can experience firsthand everything that happened. Now, I'm not too sure whether I'm going to be doing another stream for my PSG Career Mode. I might do a different game entirely for my next stream. You know, I don't have to go and pick up my girlfriend from work. So, you know, it's literally no holds barred. I might give, while I'm still in the FIFA mood, I might do a what if video. We're just going to have to see it. I'm going to have to keep you guys a little bit annoyed, tease you a little bit, and you will see in my next stream what I have in store for my YouTube channel. But until next time, guys, take care, and above all else, goodbye.